I was live streaming yesterday and people were asking me, do I think Altseason is among us? Or when do I think Altseason is? Well, usually I would say, and honestly in the live stream I did say, that I don't think we're at Altseason yet. Altseason, is when everything was going up 200, 300, 400% a day. Literally on the daily. And you literally couldn't go wrong with picking any crypto. However, yesterday was very interesting. So the one alt that outperformed everything yesterday was Dogecoin. It was up 700% at some point. See if I can throw in a picture here. But not only that, but everything else was very green. We saw all the very low cap altcoins like Verge, Redcoin, Coin, the classics from 2017 shoot up 70, 80, 90% essentially. And for good reason, people tend to associate those coins together. So, but I did want to mention, it seems like people are thinking that Bitcoin pumped up because Elon Musk replaced, there we go. Because it seems like Elon Musk replaced the bio on his Twitter account with Bitcoin, essentially. And that's what people are saying, that's why Bitcoin's up 15% today. I don't know if that's the case, and if it is, oh my god. You realize that, essentially, Elon Musk is the John McAfee of 2021? Like, literally, again, if you're familiar with the pumping that happened in 2017, it was mainly because John McAfee, the guy who made the McAfee antivirus, and also said that he would do a whole bunch of other stuff, because he was essentially name dropping these different altcoins, and they were pumping like crazy every time he name dropped one. It's funny because Elon Musk seems to be exactly that this time, but of course he's only talking about Dogecoin and Bitcoin, so there's that. But it's still interesting to see. But with that being said, back then, when Altseason was happening back then, someone else made this comment in my live stream as well. If you know your name, you can leave a comment down below. That back then, most of the altcoins that are pumping, almost all of them, they were all really just, and I'm generalizing here, of course. They were all really just like ideas. They weren't fully fleshed. They were just projects. They were all speculation essentially. So to see stuff pump up 300-400% probably didn't make too much sense. And mind you, let's keep it a buck here. This isn't no magical fairy pumping up these coins out of nowhere. These are whales that are pumping these coins. Why? Because they make money when that happens. People buy into the hype and then they dump on the people. That's usually how it works. So Altseason can be pretty predatory if you're not ready for it. But that being said, that was back then. But now what we're seeing are altcoins essentially, like these altcoins have been pumping for quite some time. We're not seeing 300-400% a day, besides Dogecoin. But they've been consistently going up and up and up, especially the DeFi ones. You know what I mean? Those especially have been consistently doing hit after hit. We'll see some red days, and we have already seen some red days. But it seems that we're just getting hit after hit going up and up and up. And although a good amount of the masses are here yet, they still don't understand DeFi and all of these other things. So with all that being said, I'm kind of readjusting my expectations for Altseason. Do I think there will be a 300-400% day when, much like 2017 when, all that stuff was happening? And to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the only way that'll happen is if we have whales come in and with a lot of money and do it. You got to think about it. Back then, the entire market cap was about $800 billion at the high. And Altseason happened way before that. Altseason happened, I think, around the 400 trillion mark. Oh my God, 400 trillion. Happened around the 400 billion mark, So, you didn't need a lot of money, relatively, to pump these altcoins. This time around, it's a little bit different. We're already above a $1 trillion market cap. And, it's going to be a lot harder to pump these altcoins. The smaller ones, for sure. I mean, obviously, you know, the ones who the market cap isn't that high, most people don't know too much about, but those will also be riskier for the whales to pump. So keep that in mind, you know. I was saying in the live stream that, you know, a good way, a good time to know when to sell is after Altseason, or like while it's happening. But with that being said, I'm sure a lot of you guys have a lot more mainstream coins. And mainstream, I'm talking about the ones in the billions of dollars of market caps, or even the hundreds of millions. So, you know, will we see whales pumping the shit out of it? Most likely. Will we see 300 to 400% in the daily? I hope so. I truly hope so, but I'm not sure this time around, guys. I hope so. Again, I got my fingers crossed, because listen, I'm in this just like y'all are. But thinking critically, because I do like to try to think a little critically sometimes. I think that, yes, like, alts are doing so much better than they were in 2017 right now. They honestly are. From my understanding, alts weren't really doing much early 2017, before the pump, right? They were kind of just there. I mean, I'm sure they were going up, but they weren't doing what's happening today. They were nothing near. Just because, I mean, alts nowadays obviously have a much higher dominance compared to Bitcoin. So it makes sense. And it doesn't cost as much money to pump alts as it does for Bitcoin, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I think there will still be, I do think there will still be that day, or, you know, it's not day, like days, where alts are pumping 200-300%. But the thing is that right now we're already seeing that, you know? So one thing I definitely want to say is, do not get afraid and sell your bag because it's not pumping. I will say that 100%. I've done that so many times in the past, and I've lost out on pumps because I was too impatient. That was way back when, of course. Since then, of course, I've learned. This time around, I don't really trade that much anymore. I just buy it and leave it. If it pumps, great. If it doesn't, whatever. I just wait, you know, because that's just how the game is, you know. Otherwise, you go nuts trying to chase pumps. So I do think that there will be an alt season. But currently, right now, this shit is like literally almost as good as an alt season. If you hold for a long enough, if you've been holding for a long enough time, if you continue to hold for a long enough time, then you are literally going through a full cycle of alt season, which is 300-400% on one coin. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say. But I'm definitely looking forward to 2021. I mean, you know, we're being shown every day, literally almost every day at this point, that, you know, we do need some sort of form of decentralization, especially in finance. So that's why I think DeFi is going to be so huge. Like the ICO craze in 2017 was great, but DeFi this time around is literally, I think it's going to change a lot, especially as the space continues to innovate and grow. More protocols come out that are able to do a better job than the last. It's a no-brainer to be involved in crypto right now. And people won't realize that until it's too late, like usual. So that's why those who are watching this video, and anyone else who's involved in crypto, definitely doing the right thing by being here. So it's only January. Let's see what happens, guys. What was that? All right, I gotta get out of here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.